Yellowstone, one of the few shows that are currently running that I will watch within the first few days of it airing, a lot of times in the first day. Season 4 just wrapped up. Here's my review of it. A huge letdown compared to the first 3 seasons. I get Taylor Sheridan was pushed by Paramount to make more shows, but to me it looks like he can't handle it. Season 4 was a mess. It has nothing to do with Wuhan because all the actors besides Beth and Jamie were in the area and available for filming. Beth had to wait 14 days, being as she's a UK citizen, and I don't remember what the actor playing Jamie was doing. But that's what was said back when they were filming season 4, that's who they were waiting for. The Jimmy Show? This part was so long and drawn out, he got basically 4 out of the 9 shows dedicated to his side quest. I made a fan edit of Season 4, cutting out all of 1883. Only 2 pointless scenes, because the casino storyline never went anywhere, and the rest of the 4 hours that were all cut from this 9 hours of footage was just Jimmy and his bull. This made me actually have to think twice before giving either of these spin-offs a chance, because I found them both boring. Maybe out of the confines of the actual season of the show, they may have seemed interesting. Well, not the Jimmy stuff. No offense to the actor. He does a good job. And he's a huge fan of the show and a big supporter of the fans. But I don't like Jimmy. Or the Buckle Bunnies. I don't care about the character. I don't care about anything attached to him. Good riddance, the character's gone. Sadly, they wasted the actor. The natives. They were kind of pushed to the side this season, with all of them only appearing to help Casey find his stolen horses, and then help him go on a spirit walk because he's having a psychotic breakdown. For some reason, I don't know. What I got out of his spirit walk was he still feels guilty about getting his brother killed, Lee, which is good because it's his fault. But then he sees a wolf that turns into a woman, and they go on a walk, and he wakes up after finding out that it's going to be the end of him and his wife. His path he has to go on. Much like Tate getting over his trauma because his dad told him to, just doesn't really do anything. You can tell Sheridan wasn't really into this part of the story. Also, the natives did the whole thing about finding out the guy, Mo, that's the character's name, finding out that who was the one to start the thing of the Duttons, talk to the guy in prison who was Jamie's dad's buddy to get the ball rolling on the trying to kill the Duttons. That was a lackluster ending that happened in the first episode. Much like the Desolation of Smog, it could have been tacked on to the end of season 3 and it would have been the same. Beth really went off the rocker with this one, where she didn't have a plot armor on. She would lead to the downfall of the ranch. Her plotting against Jamie, who knows just as much secrets about the ranch, because while she lived in the city, he was on the ranch doing all those things. He knows about the train station. If he ever truly turned against John the Duttons, he could turn state's evidence, and the ranch would be no more, and he'd be fine, or, minimum security. And if Rip killed Jamie, because that's one of the best little plans, like Plan B, where I'll get Rip to kill you, Rip would be no more. You can't kill the Attorney General and get away with it. That's just impossible. That's just bad soap opera writing at that point. Because at that point, if we're talking reality without the plot armor on, that would end the ranch. If she told Rip the truth and Rip went out and killed Jamie just to get revenge, because she would lose Rip because why'd you kill my child? We could have just had it and got married. We were in love since we were teenagers. And then he'd go kill Jamie. So he'd go to jail, Jamie would be dead. The ranch would just be John, because he'd probably banish Beth, and she probably wouldn't want to go back there because everything would remind her of Rip. Or she'd want to be close to his prison because he'd go somewhere. He'd go to a maximum security prison somewhere for killing an attorney general, or probably be extradited somewhere for a death sentence. And then Casey would just probably give the ranch over to the reservation. Because that's something I can see him doing. I know his son will do that. Because, his mother's big into this is our land and everything. So, I can see that son probably fighting with his cousin when they get older because, well, I'm the actual real Dutton. I have the blood in me. And then he wants to donate the land to the reservation, give it all to the reservation. But they have to wait 100 years because Jamie set up that thing where the government's leasing the land that they have. So they have to wait 100 years before they can do that. So it would be Tate's grandkids. John. Okay, he didn't want to bang the governor anymore, so he went off and banged a hippie. Some good lines of throw vegetarians came out of this, but that's about it.
You ever plow a field summer to plant the quinoa or sorghum or whatever the hell it is you eat? You kill everything on the ground and under it. You kill every snake, every frog, every mouse, mole, vole, worm. Well, you kill them all. So I guess the only real question is, how cute does an animal have to be before you care if it dies to feed you?
She's off the show and in prison. When she's out, she's going back to Washington State. Portland, Oregon, sorry. The only real growth John got this season was that he finally admitted he loved Jamie. Something he couldn't do before. On second thought, it also showed John finally how evil his daughter has become. Something Jamie had warned him about in the pilot. The music, cinematography, everything was fine this season. Unlike the first 3 seasons where I've watched the episodes multiple times, I've binged them before the new seasons start. This one, I will never watch the official version of season 4 ever again. Instead, I'll watch my edit, where I cut out all of Jimmy, all the pointless scenes, and it's a short little movie. It's like watching 2 movies back to back. Like if you ever watched the extended cut of Lord of the Rings, it's like 4 hours long. It's like that, watching one of the Lord of the Rings extended cuts. It's not that long. Most of this was just filler. They should have called it season 4 ... filler. Would have made more sense. I know they're trying to advertise 4 6s in 1883, but that was way too much. So what do you all think of season 4 of Yellowstone? I mean, on Reddit, it seems like a lot of people are very disappointed in it. A lot of people found the Jimmy stuff boring. And only 124 of the 1,000 and something people who were on it actually went over to the 1883 Reddit page. Yeah. 29,000 people are in the Yellowstone Reddit. Only 122 actually liked 1883 and decided to go over to 1883's Reddit count. And 1883 only has 2,157 members. That should tell you something. People didn't like that crap in the episode. Don't let them fool you saying it's a great show. It's probably just as bad as the scenes. I won't watch it. I mean, I may binge it in like 2 or 3 years when it's over. Or if it hasn't ended by then. Because, hey, okay, fine, nothing else to watch, I'll watch it. But I have no interest in watching that. I'll probably never watch the Jimmy Show unless, like, the rumors about Jamie being on it for an episode or 2 are true, and I'll go to it just to see what he does. I'll just fast forward through all the Jimmy shit and all the cowboy stuff, because, I like Yellowstone, I like Westerns and that, but that 4 6s stuff, no. The Jimmy Show of season 4 really fucked that up. I will not watch 4 6s unless another character is on there that I actually care about, like Walker supposed to be on there for an episode or 2. I'll probably skim the episode and watch his scenes. And that's about it. I give this season a C-. The rest of the series, season 1, B, Season 2, B+, Season 3, an A, Season 4, C-. Thanks for watching and see you next time.